the high death toll from drug deaths in Scotland. The First Minister there seemed to be suggesting that, the alternative plans that have been come up with, well, frankly, the government in Scotland's already doing them.
Well, that quite clearly isn't the case. We don't have the highest death rate from drugs in Europe because this has been a proactive government. We've seen 1,339 individuals die from drugs in the last year. That's up considerably from when the SNP first came to power, and it's double the number of people who were dying when the First Minister took over that office. Quite clearly, those individuals and their families are not being able to access the services they need. That's why we are keen to enshrine in law a legal right to access recovery and treatment. It's no good just saying that the government's doing everything when people out there on communities in Scotland are struggling to get the help they need.
You say they are struggling. What is the root cause of this? Because, as I say, this is something that's gone back for many, many years. Government intervention, as a Conservative, you would even say this yourself, goes so far. There are some deep-rooted issues at play here, aren't there?
Well, I think there's some very simple answers and some complicated ones. For me, one of the simple answers is getting people into rehabilitation, getting them into treatment. We have people in Scotland who are asking to access residential rehabilitation treatment who cannot get a place. Just outside my own constituency, we have a world-leading facility, Castle Craigs. There are beds available in there. In the past, Scottish people were able to access those beds. And since the SNP have been in power, that support has been removed.
Say that, one of the reasons maybe is, and we know this obviously from the high level of deaths in some of the most deprived parts of Scotland, it is the very fact that they are deprived. And that's not been helped by a Conservative government at Westminster that, frankly, for most of the past decade has been involved in austerity, which meant less public spending on those deprived communities.
I don't accept that characterisation. We've not seen a similar thing happen with drug death rates in other parts of the UK and other deprived communities in the UK. The government have put in place positive measures to help support people off drugs and get them into treatment to make sure that those people get the support they need. And I think trying to link the two is incorrect and unhelpful. Here in Scotland, we've brought forward a positive solution, an idea that's supported by recovery communities. This bill's been drafted not by the Conservatives on their own, but in tandem with experts who are working with drug users on a day-to-day basis, frontline professionals who are keen to save lives. And I think it's worth giving it a try. And rather than focusing on a different issue and getting distracted, I think the Scottish Government should be getting right behind this and making sure that we put into law a legal right to recovery.